Maybe you have never thought about it like this, but hear me out. The message God gives us isn't usually meant just for us. Most of the time, it's for somebody else. But if you're not careful, you'll hold that word in. And that's exactly what the enemy wants. He doesn't want that word to reach the person God is trying to get it to. Satan knows that if that word gets planted in the right soil, it'll produce fruit that he ain't trying to deal with right now. In order for that person to receive that message, though, your feet have got to move. You can't just sit still and assume God is going to do everything. You, as a chosen vessel, have to be ready to walk and to talk and to go when, where, and how God points you. Sometimes that means humbling yourself because God will send you to speak to somebody you don't normally want to even deal with. God will have you saying things in a way that is very uncomfortable. Let's just say it that way. But that humility doesn't mean that you have to water down the truth. It just strips away your pride so the person has no excuse to reject it because of you. And God will test that. He'll test your willingness to carry his word even when your flesh doesn't want to. Why? Because the assignment he gave is more important than your preference. That's why Paul was speaking the way that he did when he said he became like the Jews to reach the Jews and like the Gentiles to reach the Gentiles. We do the same thing, not by changing the gospel, but by changing our approach so that the word that God is trying to get to the person can be heard. That's the model, not changing the word, not bending the truth, but carrying it in a way that they can receive it. That's how you break through enemies' defenses and make sure that the message lands right where God needed it to land.